Uh, I don't even know what happens at this point.
You kiss your kids, you go out, you bust your butt every day as hard as you can, give 100% effort so that people will give you an opportunity. You do everything right, and you go home and you.
Don't get me started. We'll get on that shit a little bit later.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
What the hell is happening, good people?
Hey, we're off maternity leave.
Yeah, he's gonna dive right into it. He's gonna dive right into it. Fuck it. Episode 1. What is this? 154? Yeah, 154.
1, 5, and the 4.
Of that raunchy ass, great ass stuff thing, the Straight Meddlin Show.
Great ass stuffing. So you're stuffing great stuff in the ass. What are we doing right now?
I mean,
butthole pleasures. That's. I mean, you're the one that said it. I didn't say it. Shit.
I don't know, but did you hear that crisp ass can pop from Jamile over there just now?
Yeah,
damn.
I know. I noticed some. I noticed some jack in there or something because
it gotta be. It has to be.
I know you need. I know your nerves are a little bad over there. A little shaky.
Yeah, a little something, you know.
Yeah.
When you're dad, you gotta put it in a coffee mug.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll get into it in a little bit, but goddamn it, congratulations, Jamile Dunn, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. He is now officially a father.
He's a
all the way.
He's a pappy.
He's a pappy. And this motherfucker got him out quick too. He got twins. And bow, just get him out. Just get him out.
Bow.
Yeah, he had the American dream in one shot.
man, and they don't show no mercy either.
They ain't giving you no love. Matter of fact, we just gonna start
as they shouldn't. As they shouldn't. Just hold on, you guys see. Of course, I'm. You see the purple in the gold. That happened while we was on maternity leave. You know, there's Lakers all over the place.
Yeah, that saved the month for me. The twins saved the month for me after that.
It was a bad month. It was a bad month the whole time, huh?
Hey, y'all got Stan Van Gundy. You good?
Oh, yeah, we'll be straight. We'll you know.
Wait, that's official?
We'll be straight.
Yeah, that's official.
Ew. Stan Van Gundy, the coach of the Pelicans?
I love it. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. He's a very smart guy, analytics guy, and all that shit. So I think it's right up. Like I said, Jay ain't mad about it.
Well, the one issue the Pels have always had, at least in recent times, is their defense. Like they always can score. Like they've always been a top 10, top 5 offense, but always a bottom 5 defense. And Stan Van Gundy has never had a team finish below 14th in defense, and that was only 1 year. Every other defense he's had has been top 10. So
yeah, but this was like back in like 2001.
No, this is with the Pistons even.
The Pistons.
So scoring's not their issue. Defense is. And look, there was a stat earlier today. It was showing Stan Van Gundy's record versus the Pels record since they've been in New Orleans, which is 18 seasons. He has more wins, better win percentage, better offensive rating, better defensive rating. Like Stan Van Gundy himself has been better than the whole franchise. So look, we ain't got no space to complain. So
yeah, I feel you on that. But like you said, we'll get into that later.
And he's taking teams pretty deep in the playoffs in both conferences. So from what I've seen and like ex-players that talk about him, sometimes he can get inside his own head, like overthink situations. But outside of that, everybody's had glowing like responses from him. Like, oh, he's one of the. Well, I always hear he's one of the smartest, if not the smartest coach I ever had.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there you
So
go.
I mean, both JJ Redick and Drew Holiday campaigned for him. So
Oh, and a goon, motherfucker, Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes campaigned for him too.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like
There you
Matt
go.
though. I like Matt.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he smokes, motherfucker. Shit. All of the smoke. Anywho, but good show coming up for everybody today. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go ahead and just dive right on into.
But you talking about, they gonna pick who they gonna pick, shawty.
That's for you, buddy. That's for you.
We still gotta find her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We do.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah. We need a name.
Yeah, exactly. If they was to give us a name, then I'll be fine. My stalking skills to get to going, then get the Googling, get the LinkedIn in, and all this other shit. Like, okay, this is the strip club she works at, whatever. But I'm sure somebody. Yeah, I'm sure there's somebody that's. Matter of fact, that's a telltale indicator. I've been going back and watching Dexter since the new season's coming out next year. I think I'm a police detective now, so you never know these things. Anyways,
Good Lord.
Don't act like
that's why you get. That's why you're gas bag, though. That's why you're gas bag.
Don't act like you ain't never watched Dexter before. You too cool to watch Dexter? What the fuck?
I didn't say I was too cool. I haven't watched Dexter, but I didn't. After I watch a detective show, I don't think I'm a detective.
Maybe you don't have a vivid imagination like I do, Simon.
I do. I just don't think I'm a detective.
Ain't that a bitch? Anyways, hating ass nigga over there. But the good thing about the back end of this year, right? We got a couple of technology topics to talk about today, but the good thing about the back end of the year, I don't give a fuck what year you're in, and 2020 has been probably on the record, probably one of the worst ones of all time. But we always have technology, right?
As a community,
we always,
individually,
right?
I think it varies from person to person, but
sure.
As a community, as a whole, as a world, this shit sucks.
Yeah, absolutely, but we still have these little gems that they like to give you right around Christmas time, right? So the gem that they gave us now, shout out to Google on this one, but I thought this was pretty cool because I don't know how many times it happens. In fact, it probably happened like a couple of weeks ago, right? So Google has came out with their Google Assistant program. If you have like an Android phone, especially, they come with those phones. Hey, Google, you have Google Photos, Google Drive, Google this, Google that, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But now they have a section on there where you can actually hum a song and potentially actually find out what the name of that actual song is. Because think about it. How many times you've been somewhere, you've been hanging around your friends, been hanging around whoever you've been hanging around with, right? And you go, man, what's the name of that song? You go, and nobody can just go, you know what? Oh, that's Michael Jackson. Beat it, right? Now, this app is supposed to actually help you find those songs. Very Shazam-ish, but without actually having to hear the words.
I was about to say that's a Shazam Pro, basically.
Yeah,
take it to the next level.
But it's still pretty cool. Like my brother, we were talking a couple of weeks ago. This is where it happened a couple of weeks with me, and he was humming a song, and we can't sing for shit, right? So it's like I had zero idea what fucking song he was talking about. Right now, it was an old school song, so you got to get old school involved in it. So mom and daddy picked up on that shit real quick. Oh yeah, that's just what you call it. And then it's over here. It's the third album on the Wednesday. It dropped on the extra day after Johnny Appleseed died. Old people shit, right? And so, but I just thought that shit was interesting. Then, like, damn, if he would have had that goddamn app, probably would have saved him some time and some effort there. So shout out to Google for that, man.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a very, I don't know.
It's intrusive a little bit. It's intrusive. It's
always been intrusive.
Oh, well, of course, but ain't they in motherfucking court right now for some antitrust or some another right now or some shit? I'm just saying, man.
But it's not like,
of course.
But it's not like, when corporations go to court, ain't nobody going to jail. So whatever. Yeah. They're going to get a fine and they're going to make more money doing whatever they did than the fine they paid. So,
So we in the newspaper again is what you're trying to say. All right, cool.
Yeah. They don't care. What does it matter?
Any publicity is good publicity, basically.
Right. But yeah,
easy.
You get
Are
the
those
hum.
Bose
You get the
headphones you got
hum.
on LP? You bought some real headphones?
No, I didn't buy no. These are the same raggedy motherfuckers.
Maybe it's a light to make them look like that. Sorry, I
Yeah.
apologize to Bose.
What did you think these was? Beats by LP? What the fuck, dude?
Nah, they look like those Bose QC Comforts.
I'm not buying no motherfucking Bose headphones. These hoes was $12.
Well, we can tell.
Ah.
We can tell. That's why you can't hear nobody.
I'm just saying. Once I got these beats, I understood why.
Yeah.
See, fuck that. I ain't spending $80 on no motherfucking headphones.
You get them at the gas station with the.
You said that about phones, and then you got an iPhone, and it changed your fucking life.
I did get an iPhone, didn't I? Don't
Yeah,
get
I'm
mad.
just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm just pointing out your contradiction.
It's not a contradiction. Like, why the fuck? Why do I have to spend $200 on some headphones? Like, why?
Because you're getting $200 worth of product.
That
quality over quantity.
I get that, but me personally, I'm so rude. I'll just play the shit out loud. Like, I don't really give a shit about headphones. Like, the Progressive commercial when the dude was like, "You see, are we on our cell phones? Talking on the cell phone with the speaker?" like that's me. I don't care. I'll play my fucking whatever music in the middle of the grocery store. I don't give a shit.
And don't get mad when I cuss your bitch ass out.
Why I got to?
Because you're fucking rude. Fucking rude.
Because of a speakerphone being on in a fucking grocery store.
Yeah. I'm not trying to hear some shit. I'm not trying to hear your hippity hops. I'm not trying to hear your hippity hops while I'm shopping.
So which one is worse? Which one is worse?
I listen to my hippity hops in my headphones.
Why the fuck are you calling it hippity hops?
Because that's what them others would do.
Do you mean white people?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
COVID Karen.
Yeah, COVID Karen. But like, okay, so I will admit, like talking on a speakerphone, right? And like having a whole conversation, that is kind of rude because no one really gives a shit. But like if I'm playing music or something like that, leave me the fuck alone.
No. I mean, I'm gonna leave you alone still, but I'm just gonna roll my eyes and be like, "This asshole."
Oh, very, very judgmental over here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the fuck he does, anyways. But
I mean,
I'm going to be judgmental as well.
Nobody wants to listen to whatever you're listening to.
But what if it's a song that you like? What if it, Jamile, you look like you like Ed Sheeran and shit. Like, so what if it's Ed Sheeran?
I don't even know who Ed Sheeran is, but I'm sure he makes great music.
Yeah, come on the show, Ed Sheeran.
The store already has their own bullshit music. Everybody in there who wants to listen to something has headphones. If you don't, then wait your ADD ass until you get into the car. Why you got to be constantly entertained every second of the day?
With Apple, you don't even got headphone jacks, so you better have the.
They got them Q-tips. You put in.
Yeah, you better have your Q-tips on.
Man, those are skeet. That shit reminds me of like the skeet on There's Something About Mary when she's like, "Oh my God, is that hair gel?" Like, I refuse.
I mean, that shit is like, you know how like when in the 80s and 90s people wore certain things, and then years later you look back like, what the fuck were we thinking? The AirPod Q-tips is gonna be one of them things where people look at people in the pictures
but everybody with Apple bought in.
I didn't buy in.
Look, you all for two.
No, I'm just saying y'all part of the y'all are the few. I've seen many of people with iPhone.
I would have bought in if they gave me one in the box. If they gave me one in the box, I'd have gave in. But the fact that they want me to pay $80 for it and it looks fucking stupid, I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good with that. I don't want any part. I don't like shit in my ears like that anyway. So it's just like, not that big of a deal.
Did you see with the new iPhone? It's not going to come with earbuds or a charger in the box.
It doesn't need to. They release a new phone every fucking year.
No, but I'm saying, it's not coming with a charger.
Yeah, that's what was big for me. I can get the no air headphone thing. Okay. Everybody's been basically going Bluetooth for a while. So you got if you got some type of Bluetooth, you're good.
Right.
But the no charger,
that's cheeky. Like if you're gonna sell me something that needs to be charged, but not give me a charger, that don't make no sense.
if it has taken you 12 iPhones to finally buy an iPhone, go buy a fucking charger, man. Okay, they were the best fucking
And
phones a
they
long
changed
time
the little
ago.
charger jack too. Not on the phone, but like instead of the USB that plugs into all the different, you got
They're
1,000
changing it
USB plugs.
again.
Well, it's not the part that goes in the phone, but the USB part. So you know how it's like the little part that goes in the iPhone and a USB on the other side, and you can plug that in. You can have an iPhone charger, or you can any USB charger will do though. You just stick it in.
Right.
That part has changed, so now it's not a USB. So you got to have a special thing to plug it in. It's like, come on, man. Like everybody has a USB. Even if you don't have an iPhone one, you got something with a USB that you can stick in.
True.
And you're gonna change that up on people, but then not give them one in the box.
Man, I mean, number one, the fucking phones are too much any goddamn ways. Let's just start with that shit, right? The $1,000 phone. So what the fuck is a $15 charger, right? Like
it's not 15, boy.
$15. That whole like 45.
Oh, I got three. I have four. I have 4 iPhone chargers, right? And I stole 3 of them. So it is what it is. But
yeah, so and you got one for free with your actual phone. So you haven't paid for a charger. Next time you upgrade, you're gonna have to pay for a charger. Good luck with that.
I don't have to upgrade anymore. It's okay. I'm at the iPhone 10. I'm good. I don't have to upgrade. Why upgrade?
Yeah, you're gonna have to upgrade because when that update comes and your phone stops working, you're gonna have to update.
I personally know a nigga with an iPhone 6 that still get the same updates. Fuck that. I ain't changing for a long ass time.
But you know what you're gonna have to buy? Was before then? A fucking charger.
Say, man, stop hating on those iPhone people because you mad over there. Why does he?
No, I've had to buy a charger. What are you saying? But at least I get one in the box.
Fuck that box.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what Tim Cook at Apple said.
Yeah, that's what they just said.
I mean, look, that's going to be the next thing for Apple. They're not even going to give you a box no more. You just come in and get your phone.
You're gonna have to drive up here and get this bitch.
Yeah. They're gonna do you like Sam. Yeah, they're gonna do you like Sam's. We ain't got no motherfucking bags or nothing for you. You can get them extra boxes over there. Walk the fuck on up out.
BYOB, bring your own box.
Yeah, just bring your own goddamn shit, goddamn me. But yeah, man, don't get to judging. But there are a lot of phones that are coming out too, though. And I'm not gonna switch. I don't think, right? But that what is that? That flip, that big ass phone that was on
it's a Galaxy Z. It's a flip. It folds out. It's
the Galaxy
like a mini tablet.
Galaxy Fold 2. Yeah, that motherfucker, right? Whoo, man, that one's tough. That's a tough little old piece of phone right there, man.
That's just more screen to break. That's all that is. More screen to break.
Yeah. Because I don't even know how you put a cover on that bitch.
I mean, yeah, you really can, right? And that is a good question. Smiles, 5G phones. I mean, apparently we're supposed to have them already, right? Isn't this why we all have?
They don't even really work though. So I mean, not yet. So, no, I'm not excited to upgrade for.
I thought we were dying from. I thought 5G caused COVID. What the fuck happened to that?
I mean, I'm sure it's not good for us. I'm sure it's not good for us, but it doesn't matter. Nothing's good for us anymore.
But yeah, true. But 5G would have it's been out before it's been, now it's mass sell to the public. But if 5G is so fucking fast and all that bullshit, the fucking government or military or whatever had this shit first. So it wasn't killing them. Now it's killing us.
I mean, they probably skipped so far past 5G. It's
Yeah, the motherfuckers on 10G like easily at this point, right?
They don't even use G's.
I don't even think they got G's behind it.
Yeah, because matter of fact, since we own it, didn't somebody I want to say company or country, but I could be lying either way. But somebody got an approval, or they're trying to get an approval to put 4G on the moon.
4G on the moon? I haven't heard that one.
Why would you do that though?
I don't know. I don't know why the fuck somebody.
Because of SpaceX, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, true. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see.
I mean, I do think they already have a base on the moon. I do believe that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't see why you. Yeah, it's NASA and Nokia are putting a 4G network. Yeah, there you go. I said Nokia. Yeah, they're putting a 4G network on the moon.
Lord, please send that rock. They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. Fucking up Earth is not bad enough. Now you can't even go to the moon without getting fucking.
You gotta get your TMZ update.
Can't even disconnect on the goddamn moon. I'm already on the moon, man.
Who would say you got to get your TMZ update? I mean, I like it. I like it for so I've been watching Cosmos, right? And if you haven't been watching Cosmos on Fox, it's a great show. Go watch it. But I've been watching that, and so it's about the evolution of man, about the evolution of being, And hey, this is the next step in evolution.
I mean, how is that the next step in evolution, though? Like, what is evolution?
At this point, I don't know. I'm just glad that I'm a part of something that's at least trying to push forward. Right?
You're not a part of it.
How am I not, man?
They're not taking you to the moon. What are you talking about? They ain't taking you to the moon.
But I'm a guinea pig. I say, nigga, they are not taking your black ass to the moon.
I'm not taking you. No.
But still,
niggas in space.
I at least get to see the shit, right? Like, at least get an opportunity. No.
I mean, no.
you know, Jay gonna be a straight. Professor Miles is gonna be the straight. What you call it? The negative. He ain't gonna give you no motherfucking wiggle room on that.
Ain't giving me none.
You are not getting that ticket. Have y'all ever seen that? have y'all ever seen that movie Elysium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're trying to set up.
And could them motherfuckers get a ticket to go up there? Hell no.
Nah, they were getting shot out the sky.
Nah, they was going up there in civics and shit. They was trying to get up to space in minivan.
They was getting shot out the sky too.
Yeah, they was getting their ass toe off the smooth motherfucking bone. But still, though.
That's gonna be your ass on some rinky-dink spaceship with a Raider symbol painted on it.
Fuck you, man.
They say he gonna be putting up to that motherfucker.
But you know, they always say like, oh yeah, you're just sitting around the house and everybody's watching TV, and then you get to see the 4G network go up, and fuck it. Like, I can't experience that at least. Damn, God.
What? I mean, what is that? What is the experience of seeing the 4G go up?
I have no idea. However, I just want to be able to say
it sounds good in his head.
Yeah. It sounds good, right? And like I said, Nokia, they're coming back in a major way. Fuck it, bring it on.
I mean, it is nice to see Nokia coming back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just hearing him say that. But I haven't seen an actual Nokia product in a long time. But.
Neither have I.
Oh, but on the cool, they had some of the most indestructible phones at the beginning when this shit jumped off.
Yeah, exactly. So you know how that shit go. Okay, we don't want to sell the whole phone. We just give you the body of the phone, and then we gonna build this 4G network on this moon. That's how that shit go, right? Pay $750 in taxes. You can do what you want to. Anyways, but nevertheless, Simon, are you thinking about switching?
Fuck no.
Switching to what?
I could do. Yeah, at this point, to iPhone. From my, like I said, I've had Apple products before. I've had the tablets and things. It's too restricting the things I want to do as far as just what I can do with this handheld thing right here. I could do more. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I get this. One thing about Apple products, I could say, they don't change. The format don't change, nigga. They stay simple. You know what the fuck you getting when you get it. It's gonna be precise, right to the point, everything like that. It's always gonna look sleek and everything. But with the Droid, and I don't go and just get any Droid. I've stayed packed. Once I got on the Galaxy side, I've stayed with Galaxy since, basically since its inception. And it does what it does for me is I love it. So no, I'm not. I'm always gonna be the guy. If you all iPhone, I'm gonna be the guy with the green shit.
You don't just make everybody shit just green just because you just feel like
Green
being
bubbles,
different.
boy, they're irritating.
They're irritating the motherfucker. Like, oh, I thought you rolled in the best of circles, motherfucker. Yeah, you don't roll in the best of circles.
We paid the same amount for this fucking phone, so it doesn't fucking matter to me.
What's funny though is I do wonder like there's got to be, because I'm no longer like I know maybe people will run out and get the iPhone 12. I'm not gonna run out and get the iPhone 12.
You should.
Only way I would get it is if my shit broke and I had to replace it or something, but I don't anticipate that. So beyond that, I'm not planning on getting it. And we're getting to the point now with these phones where I don't think the difference between a new phone and old phone is that big.
Mm-hmm.
They got some gimmicks out there, like what LP was talking about with the little flip, book thing. Like I said, to me, I look at that as just more shit to break. Like now I got a screen on the outside to break and a screen on the inside to break. So now I'm gonna drop my phone. I'm gonna be walking around with a shattered outside of my phone, but I'm gonna still use it because the inside still works. But I'm just look like an asshole. So I'm kind of waiting for what's that next jump. They got something coming.
Shit.
Yeah.
That is to iPhone what iPhone was to flip phones. You get what I'm saying? Like a whole different level of shit.
Make you look at it different.
All I know is if the next type of phone that you talking about, and I love where your head's at, if that shit is like that goddamn electric Hummer that we saw yesterday, goddamn it, it's a wrap. I'm getting that. I swear to God. But yeah, I just got to iPhone. I don't think I'm switching. I'm not buying this new motherfucker. They have to come with like an immaculate deal. It has to be like, oh, okay, well, you just trade in this phone and you get this one for free, and your bill gonna drop $50 because you got this phone for free type shit. Fuck if they sit up here and tell me, oh well, we can save you $10 a month.
Yeah. Like I said, I got the Note 10. They came out with a new Note. I'm not in a rush to get that at all. Like, right. I went from a Note 5 to a Note 10, so that tells you the type of patience I have with a phone. Like, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, they've got to a point where like my phone is fast enough. It does all the shit it needs to do. And when I bought the 120 gig one just for that purpose of I want enough memory so that I don't have to upgrade for years.
Right.
Exactly.
I kind of wonder how many phones. I am curious to see, because it used to always be Apple would come out with a new phone. They would blow out every sales record ever set for cell phones. I'm interested to see now with all this bullshit going on, less people with extra money, and your phone not really offering too much extra. I know it's an upgrade from all the current equipment, but whatever. And you got 5G, but in most cities, 5G is not really set up.
It ain't even there yet.
So how many phones you really gonna sell? I don't know.
Yeah, and if you live in the suburb, which most people do, it's like that you're like your target demographic. It's like, you're saying it's not even set up out there. What the fuck am I getting this for? So I can go in the city and get COVID?
What you think I
while I'm on 5?
Hey, but I downloaded the album in 30 seconds.
That's how 5G is killing us. You had to go to work 5G to work, and you got COVID. That's how it is. I put it there.
But like I said, I downloaded a whole album in 30 seconds.
How valuable is that when people stream everything anyway?
I literally was gonna say I haven't downloaded an album like ever, right? Like I hate the shit. Like it's
like the only shit I download is like apocalypse shit. Like I do have some songs on that I have like on my little hard drive here.
It's the end of the world.
And it's not even that. It's just like shit I bought that I wanted to get off the Apple Cloud. So I can have it for my own. But I never use that. I mean, even though I do it, I never use that. I could easily go without it. So,
is the market becoming oversaturated with this shit, like with tech, like phones? Because there's not too much that these phones are doing now that, like you said earlier, like what was the difference between the flip phone and then the iPhone, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's these phones ain't really doing too much anything extra.
No. All the extra shit now is different apps that they add to the shit, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
with
it's all third party shit.
Yeah, I mean, with Apple now, they'll come out with some of their own stuff, like they did the health app and all that, and they try to tie in the Apple Watch and all this other kind of shit. But
$300 ass watch.
Yeah, so it's like, no, I mean, they're not doing anything extra. Now, I will say this: never doubt the American consumer. Like, Americans love to buy shit, and especially in this shitty year where sometimes when you're in a bad mood or shit ain't going quite right, sometimes you might go online and you might buy some shit, just to feel a little bit better for a second. So
popcorn machine, baby.
Yeah,
popcorn machine, baby.
But no, Apple, y'all got to come with something either better or whatever, because
they're not.
I'm not
over there literally stacking up guns and butter.
Bruh. Yeah, listeners, y'all haven't seen the pictures we've seen. This nigga is in a Minuteman militia now.
Say, man, don't be watching me, cuz. Don't be watching me.
Yeah,
anywho,
he's about to go to war with the Proud Boys.
See. Stand back and stand by.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck the mo ass nigga. Anyways, so one thing that I also wanted to talk about. Oh shit! Wait a minute, I forgot to play a video. What video? What video?
What kind of shit is that?
So one thing I wanted to talk about, because over the years that we've been doing the show, I think 3 years or so, it has its progressions. It has its kind of evolutions, I guess, if you will, right? So again, our resident Negro, the great Jamile Dunn over here, is he has just entered fatherhood, which is a great hood to be in. Admittedly, like I said, my son's 12. He's just a grown ass 12-year-old, and get ready, okay? But nevertheless, so sometimes I do kind of like want to get out there and talk about like some shit that actually kind of hits home a little bit. So Jamile has been
side note before you go into that nigga Hawks Jamile rocking that motherfucking my green over there with his haircut.
Hey, look, man.
My man been struggling. So Jamile, being a new father, he has twins. Man, I'm gonna let that man have that shit, man. Come on, talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Man, look. Man, look, before they were born, I was a little bit in the camp of how hard could it be?
Right.
I was a little bit in the camp of, man, like, there's crackheads with babies and them niggas somehow survive. Like, it'll be fine. That was my thinking. It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. Like, it goes between two extremes of emotions where it's like, on the one hand, sometimes you look at them, you're like, Jesus Christ, this is beautiful. I can't believe that I'm holding this person in my hand, and the whole gamut of emotions of that whole thing. And, and sometimes I can't like stop kissing them and stuff like that, or hugging them and things like that. And on the other hand, like when they get to crying and they're a tag team, like this is like a wrestling tag team where, one of them starts crying, the other one's chilling and peaceful, but like it's like pulling a grenade pin. Like you got about 10 seconds to get this baby under control before the other baby wakes up and gets on board with what they put down. So,
it's like, you ain't hearing me over here.
And we're slowly getting like transitioning and figuring out how to do everything. But especially for a new parent, like there's a learning curve to the shit.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not like, oh, I just come home and like I know what to do. Like, no. Like at first we wasn't feeding them enough because we didn't know how much to feed them.
Right. Yeah.
You don't know how much to feed them. And you just like, well, why are you always mad?
Yeah. They're not gonna tell you to stop.
Yeah. Then we went to the pediatrician and it was like, oh, well, you should probably feed them. He was like, oh shit.
Our bad.
But so there's that, and then it's a whole process like with a baby. Like Now we're kind of starting to figure out how to keep them calm all the time. Is basically you got to change them before they eat, and then have their food ready immediately, and then feed them, and then after you feed them, you got to burp them, and then you got to hold on to them for about 30-40 minutes though after that, because they will spit up and choke themselves to death. They try this every day, right? They try it every day. Suicide attempt every day. So they will spit up. The motherfucker did it just earlier today. Spit up, shit come out of his mouth, his nose. They stand there. He's like, this nigga can't even swallow. You can't swallow. So you gotta sit up with them and pat them on the back and make sure they don't fucking choke themselves. Right. And then after all that, they start to fall asleep, right? And you put them down. Oh, but wait, you got twins. So now we got to start this new process, right? Now that's if you're lucky, the other one sleeps for the rest of this. If you're unlucky, when God frowns upon you, doing the process for the while you taking care of the first one. So then you finish that, you run over there, you change her diaper, you throw that nasty shit away. Then you gotta pop her up, feed her, and then do the same fucking CPR shit where you gotta burp them and make sure they don't choke. Then finally you put them to sleep, and now you have about an hour. Maybe that's if they feel like going to sleep. If they don't feel like going to sleep, you have no time. Now, if they feel like going to sleep, you got about an hour because the whole process of feeding took an hour, and they got to eat every 2 hours. So you try to go sit down or lay down or take care of something, and as soon as you get into a little groove, like, all right, they sleep, I can kind of move around. Let me check out, see what's going on. Let me hop on the internet. Let me take a seat. Let me get comfortable. All right. Let me get this motherfucker, because guess what? They don't only want to eat and shit and sleep. They also want you to hold them most of the time. So that's just, they start crying. You be like, well, I changed you. I fed you up. And they're like, I'm lonely. I don't have any friends. So you got to pick them up and you got to hold them. So I have the little, I sent y'all a picture of me with the little baby book bag thing on. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty easy. So if I want to I tried to play a video game, and that's how I did it with motherfucker on my chest like that. Yeah, there you go. It worked out. I probably won't be doing it again, but
you were horrible in that video game, weren't you?
Yeah, it wasn't going well. So there's that part of it, and but overall, I mean, they are beautiful. I can't even, they turn out better than I even would have dreamed, and they're healthy, which is the main thing that or at least as I was concerned about. That's right. As long as they were healthy, I didn't really care about whatever else had to happen. But sleep is an issue. That's an issue. We're gonna have to figure that out. But hopefully, in the next couple months, they'll start sleeping at least halfway through the night. At which point, it won't be too bad. And here's the funny part, right? And I got a few more questions for you too, but here's the funny part. So anybody that's listening right now, go back and look at the videos of Jamile before his kids were born, right? And then go look at how this nigga look right now. He is holding it together.
Yeah.
He's trying to. He's just like. And we're talking 3 weeks? They're 3 weeks old. Yeah, that first week was rough. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I wasn't even sure we was gonna make it to the first week. I was like, we might have to adoption. Yeah, it's on the table. It's on the table. Like that first week, because the main thing is your wife. I mean, she's still recovering, but especially that first week, like the woman is recovering and physically, it's a wreck. Right. And I don't mean that in like a negative. I just mean it's a tough process. She just had 2 babies, man. What the fuck? So she's recovering, but she also still has to breastfeed, and she also, and they go every 2 hours or whatever. So how you gonna sleep and fucking do that? So that's why I was telling y'all before we got on, why we kind of flipped it, where she deals with them during the daytime, and then at night I'll watch them, so that she can sleep through the night. You know what I'm saying? And then I end up going to sleep about 7:30, 8 o'clock a.m. and getting up about like 1 or 2 or something like that.
Very nice, very nice.
So
now, let me ask you this question. So, what was your initial reaction whenever the first one? I don't know which one came out first, right? What was your initial reaction?
the boy came out first. So my initial reaction was fucking wow. And I was just looking at him like trying to see what he looked like, and you know what I'm saying.
You were south of the border.
Yeah. It's it was a war zone. It was a war zone. So yeah, I saw him come out, and they were cleaning him up, and it was amazing. Like just trying to see his face for the first time, and all that kind of stuff. And then, they actually got kind of rough when they bring him out. Like they don't.
I told you they snatch him. They will snatch that baby quick and little. Come here. No. Hey, you see him? Okay, good.
I'm like, damn, nigga, I got a spinal column.
No, they snatching now. They snatching.
But yeah, so there was that point. But then it got to the point where I was so like mesmerized, like looking at him, and that I forgot there was other shit going on. I forgot that my wife was fucking halfway open, and that there was another baby coming. Like I zoned out of that shit and was just focused on him, because it took about 10 minutes between the two kids,
right?
Between him coming out and her coming out. So then I snapped back in, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot there's another one. So I walked back over there to where they're pulling her out, and I see her come out, and I see her. Then but there's so many people around. It really kind of feels like you're in the way. You're like literally just standing in the middle of an operating room.
You're the only one in there that don't have shit to do.
Yeah, you just
you ain't got shit to do, dog.
Yeah. So I mean, and they're nice about it because like you're paying for all this shit. But at the same time, they're like, look, motherfucker, I know you don't know what the fuck is going on, but this is my third one this morning. So can you get the fuck out of the way?
Move the fuck out of the way.
So yeah, they bring her over to the table, start cleaning her up, and I was looking at her, and it's amazing, man. The first time you see their little face, and then they don't open their eyes right away, but maybe 2-3 hours later they start opening their eyes, and the first time you look in their eyes, first of all, their eyes are like the clearest motherfucking eyes of all time. Like
it's pure. It's pure
in his eyes, right? Like just pure. They look like almost crystals or some shit. And it's just like, damn, I can't believe this is really my kid, And then
you're my seed, son.
And you always, when hypothetically, you wonder what your kids will look like or what they'll be like, or whatever. And then to actually see them and see, what they look like, and they already have their own little personalities. I know it takes longer than a month for them to really kind of start, smiling or doing any kind of interactive type shit, but already you can kind of see what their little personalities are kind of like. So
yeah, damn that book take more than a month. Like you said, you know it in 2 weeks. Goddamn it, you know which one's finna do this, finna do that,
and you know that since she's 10 minutes older than him, she's gonna lord that over him for the rest of his life.
Well, as the boy, that's the older one, so
he gonna be that.
The boy's
he gonna talk all that shit.
I'm older.
That motherfucker was stealing all the food in the womb because he came out. This motherfucker was damn near 7 pounds. And he was, I think, 5 pounds 7 ounces. We call him Burger King. Have it your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he got a very specific way of eating.
The kid ain't even a month old. I already got a nickname, BK. Why everybody call me BK, nigga? Because you took all the food.
Well, first we call him Piccadilly because it's all you can eat. Right, but then we put the Burger King because my wife is breastfeeding, but he'll take the breast milk, but in a bottle. Like he doesn't want to take it from the
breast, right.
So that's why I call him Burger King. Have it your way,
Already picky, huh?
This is a beautiful thing. Okay, so now with the
ass man,
with the sleep and shit like that. You guess he's a what?
I guess he's an ass man.
Good job, buddy. Good job. But
I'm glad you're seeing the lighter parts of this.
So, like, like I said, now, another thing is, and we actually discussed this, and I was going to bring it up anyways, but we discussed it about the maternity leave for fathers nowadays. Like, and the reason why I asked that question is because back in the day, maybe with just my parents or people my older generation, shit like that, man, we didn't, you don't stay at home, right? You don't do the whole maternity leave thing. It's like, hey, your wife has the kids, the mother, the in-laws, and everybody else, they come over, they take care of the kid, and you just come home and whatever, right? And now, has that changed now as opposed to 30 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, for one, not all, but a lot of women back in the day didn't work. So that's one thing. You're not taking leave if you never worked.
Right.
So that's one thing. And then there were more families that were living in closer proximity, right? Grandparents might have just been up the street or next town over or whatever. Whereas now families tend to be a little more spread out,
Sure.
people in different cities or whatever. So it's not necessarily as easy to do that. So, and most women work, right? So,
right.
There is no, I don't work, so I wasn't doing anything anyway necessarily. But so yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's changed, and now having gone through it, like before, I always respected, maternity and paternity leave and parental leave, just on a human level of not even having to take care of the babies, but just having time to have your family and at least a little bit of time when they're first born to adjust, but also bond with the kids and just be there,
Right.
But now having gone through it, nigga, you need it. It's like it depends on people's setup. Yeah, if you're super rich and you can afford nannies and all like that kind of shit, then yeah, maybe not, right? Yeah,
Right.
If you're Jeff Bezos, you probably don't have to take leave, right? Because you got a bunch of people who can take care of them, and don't really need you there necessarily. Right. But for the rest of us, people definitely need it. One, it's a transition, especially if you're a new parent, and trying to figure out, like I was saying, there's a learning curve, like when to feed them, how to feed them, how to do this, how to do that. Why are they crying like this? Like you got to figure out they got different cries that mean different things. It's a whole fucking thing. And you got to figure out how to now incorporate this into your life.
Have the books worked? Because you look like an old book reading ass parent.
I didn't. My wife read books on parenting. I didn't read any books. But I mean, it's helped her. It's helped her with small things like, like for instance, their feet swell up when they get pregnant, like really swollen.
Right.
They swell up, and so it helps her understand. Oh, okay, this is a normal thing. Every woman goes through this. This is not like, my feet are going through something somebody else didn't. So from that perspective, it helps her be aware of shit that was happening to her body that she didn't necessarily, know about. But I didn't read anything.
Right.
But no, it's just a lot, man. And then like the type of worrying you do, which is
a lot.
Yeah, and odd for me because I don't. At least before this, I didn't worry about shit.
Right.
Like, my wife always would tell me about like how nonchalant I could be about, because I just feel like shit is gonna be what it is, and what's the point of me being stressed out about it,
right?
When it's just gonna be what it already was, whether I was stressed or not. But with kids, it's a little different, right? Because the motherfuckers can die, right? So like, that first thing, what I was telling y'all with the spitting up thing, I learned that because I fed them, I put them down, and I didn't know about this necessarily. I mean, I knew kids spit up, everybody knows that, but I didn't know the motherfuckers would choke themselves. So I fed them, put them down in a little bassinet thing, and then I just hear, and I walk over there, pretty cool, and then I see him in there panicking like,
yeah.
Like nigga,
yeah. I pick him up and he's got milk coming all down his face and he's, upset or whatever. And then I realized at that point, that was the point. And this was probably like the second day that they were home. That was the point I realized, okay, like this is like a different level of vigilance you got to have with them. Like you can't just assume they're going to be fine because they're not.
They're not. They're not. They're not.
Yeah. So even like I said, when I watch them at night, I take them out of the room. You know, I take them out of the room into the living room and sleep in there with them because you can't, if they're in the room, like you're gonna wake up when they whimper or cry or whatever, because you're just gonna be worried about what's going on. Like we'll put them in a bed because they don't like to sleep in the crib yet. So we'll put them in a bed on the little boppy pillows in between us. But even then, like the whole time you're only halfway sleeping, right? Because you're kind of asleep, but then you're making sure you don't like roll over and put your leg on his head or something like that. Or you know, you just kind of wake up every so often and make sure the blanket's not over his nose so you don't suffocate, shit like that. So it's a different level of worry that I never really experienced.
You tapping into that parental gene that with all parents. It's like, it kind of comes innately as soon as the babies are born. Like your worry kind of it ratchets up. So you kind of like look at stuff a little bit different than, if I get hurt, I can take myself to the hospital.
I can take it. Yeah.
But and now it's like we get hurt, it's a whole different story. And it's like,
so and that's all on you too. It's not like
you can't blame it on nobody else.
Like, nah, bitch. If you
you cannot blame it on nobody. And
it's negligence.
And like it's funny that you say that because like whenever you go through that, having to deal with your kid and all this other shit, that unconditional love part, right? It's like, oh no, I really do love this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you look at him and it's like, oh, well, like I said, you move the sheet because the shit getting too close to him, and you do this, you do that. Hell, like I said, my son is fucking 5'4", 150 pounds, and still, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
he's taller than 5'4", isn't he?
I don't know, but nigga, you all right over there? Dad, my head hurts. Nigga, what you need? You need something? You know, so no, like I said, that's a beautiful thing, man. And again, congratulations, brother. Congratulations. It's beautiful.
Yeah, tip of the cap.
Yeah, man.
And y'all, you would be legit in saying it's like, yeah, we don't want no more kids, and everybody be like, yeah, we can see that.
I don't want no more. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah. And as soon as they can sleep throughout the night, you have a babysitter in me, brother. You have a babysitter in me. As soon as they can sleep throughout the goddamn night.
That's key. That's key words. Key word.
I didn't get that shit. I didn't get that shit beforehand, right? Like, no one wants to watch your kid when your kid is either can't sleep through the night or bad as fuck. So you can try to do all this kicking and all you want to, but if it's one of them two, it's like, I don't want to fuck with your kid. Why? Because I'm gonna beat his ass because he don't know how to get somewhere and sit down and watch TV. You know. And you know, you have your good stories and bad stories. I'll give you may have heard it. I'll give you a bad parent story, right? So the bad parent story is I went out one night and it was drunk as dog shit, right? And so I get back the next day, and at this point, PJ is maybe like a year and some change, maybe a year and a couple of months. And so I get back home early in the morning, you know, whatever. And so I'm like, okay, all right, PJ, it's just me and you in this house. I'm gonna put on Barney. No. It was All Dogs Go to Heaven, the Christmas edition. Nigga was broke, only had one DVD. Okay, so that was the deal. So I'm like, I'm gonna
trying to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, fuck you gonna keep watching this shit all the way through, right? And so I'm like, okay, dude, you're gonna watch this. I got this bassinet in front of this TV. I'm hungover and I ain't got no sleep. I'm finna go to this back room and go to sleep, right? Like I said, maybe a year and a half. All I know is after like a couple of hours, and again, this is a bad parent story, so everybody judge your mama. But after about a couple of hours, all I know is PJ walked through there, crawled. I don't know what the fuck he did. I was laying in the bed. That motherfucker tapped me on my shoulder. He was like, Hey, and I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute, okay.
Mind is blown right now.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't drink no more the night before. Like he just tapped me on my shoulder, and from that day forward, me and him been all right with that. but again, you know, you're gonna have your bad.
bro. I need some supervision.
Yeah.
You know how many electrical outlets I walk past to get to this room?
It said I went to the corner store. They didn't serve me because I didn't have no shoes, shirt on. I told him,
Hey, out of there.
hey, baby.
Completely the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? And so you know, like I said, you're gonna have good stories, you're gonna have bad stories. You know, honestly, if your baby don't die, you did good that day, right? You know what I'm saying? Because
all his talking, no bull. I was like, well, at least the babies didn't die. That's all I got out. Like they still here.
They still here.
And
They
trust me,
still
every day.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, every day it's like, all right, well, we did it. We did
it. Everybody get a clap up. Everybody, come on. Team on three.
But no.
Yeah, because you know once they get old enough, they're gonna team up on y'all. Because it's them against y'all.
They finna
and it's two of them.
They finna kick y'all ass. Period.
We'll see.
What you mean we'll see? And don't fucking around and have another one.
And yeah, because they're gonna indoctrinate the new one real quick. Like you gotta be over here.
Because if you're I almost wonder, like, if you say you have one kid next time, I almost feel like it's a click thing. Like them two gonna be doing their twin thing, and this nigga gonna be over here like, oh well, shit, fuck them.
I would say yes and no on that, because them two, since they're twins, they're always gonna have a connection. That one's not, because we were born at the same time, basically. So like like I said, they were fighting over the umbilical cord. So the other one's always kind of gonna be the outside one, but the youngest one will learn real quick. Like I better get with the winning team, and the winning team is these kids, because after a while we always get what we want.
Yeah.
You're like, you want some milk and cookie, right?
Yeah. They're not here, that punk ass boy. But yeah, no, square business, man. That's how that shit's gonna happen. But you know, again, that's evolution, man. That's good. That's good.
Now I see Dave in the comments saying it's quite a story to have him during the pandemic. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's kind of been the bittersweet part of it. Because normally you have a kid, it's time for everybody to come around and, you know,
congratulate.
Yeah, and you know, we haven't had that much family around. Like my wife's mom is here. Her sister, one of her sisters lives in DFW, so she's here all the time. But you know, her other sister came in from New York this last weekend, and my mom and my sister have seen the babies. But that's only people who've seen the babies. So you know, we're trying to. We'll probably, you know, they're brand new, so we'll probably have some people come through in the next week or two. But it's not like the full open thing that you would kind of really like to have, where everybody can come around and kind of be together. But so that's been the bittersweet part of it, and you know, more than
you a smooth pandemic, baby.
Yeah. So, but more than that, I mean, it's more. I do kind of think about going forward. Like this is a weird little world that, you know, this is a very what do you call it, Black Mirror type shit. You know, where it's like everything just changed, and you know, nobody knows what we have to do about that. But
and we really don't know how this shit's gonna go from this point forward.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no reason to think that next year is going to be any different from this year, as far as the whole pandemic aspect of it is. So I don't know.
Not with the USA leading the way.
No, but I mean, it just the whole open-endedness of everything, and not really knowing what the next thing is, or anything like that, or so it's been that part of it's been kind of nerve wracking, but all that shit is hypothetical shit. I just deal with changing diapers and
shit you can control.
yeah.
I'm just a regular old man just trying to change some regular ass diapers, brother.
Yep. So
no, that's good.
Right.
That's good.
And the first. So let me tell you how the girl baptized me. We're in the hospital, right? And I think this is I think it was either the day we were leaving or the day before we were leaving. Anyway, I'm changing her diaper.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I open it up. It's a green mess, and so I start changing or whatever. And the funny thing is, my wife actually videoed this, but I start changing or whatever, and I wipe her little butt, and I'm putting the stuff away, and then I just see a green bubble coming up, and I'm like, "What's this? What's this?"
Oh no! Oh no!
It shat live in my face.
Right.
And I just had to sit there and watch shit come out and wipe it as it comes out. I was like, never thought this would be my day. But this is my day now. And then the boy,
this is part of the routine.
The boy, he didn't have anything like that early, but then I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, they all seem like the same day now. But I'm changing him. I put him on a little changing table, and he had shit. And then I turn around.
Shit.
I put the little thing in a little diaper bucket thing, and I turn around. There's now shit on the changing table, and there's a fountain of piss going into the sky.
At least he didn't get you in the face.
And he farted in my face. So, I mean,
was it a wet? They don't give a shit. Literally,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, hey, when you really get mad is when they do that shit and then they start laughing at your motherfucking ass. like oh whole ass nigga.
Change my diaper.
Change this diaper, nigga. Fuck them kids.
Why you over here bitching and moaning? Nigga, change this diaper.
Change this diaper. Now we had some other shit to talk about, but goddamn it, that was just too much of a good conversation to go on. So we gonna finish it up with sports. Go ahead, Tommy.
I got some.
Just go ahead, Tommy. I'm gonna.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber.
For copyright reasons, we're not going to keep going. Go ahead. Talk your shit, dog. Talk your shit, dog. Come on. Okay.
Said it 2 years ago. We're back in them shits.
But okay, so congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers 19 weeks ago when they just won their 17th NBA championship.
Big whoop.
No, we got to take it. They won, Doug. I mean, but
bubble championship, yeah.
I mean, it was a bubble champ, but hey, honestly, it's like we talked
I
about
take them Disney championship. Hey, Mickey Mouse can walk up to me right now. I'm giving them that. Then I hand sanitize right after that.
Ain't that a bitch? But nevertheless, congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers again. 19 weeks ago,
one thing we all were consistent about when it got in the bubble, since it's the bubble ring, it was all about hooping. And who came in there all about hooping?
Did you really have to do the congratulations to the Lakers? Are you gonna let me do the spot at least?
Yeah, it's about hooping, but I mean, home court advantage is a real thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have it. So,
That we're in Florida. We play Miami.
But you can only play the games that's on the schedule. So, they played their little AAU tournament and got their little
That's not what you were saying at the beginning.
No, I said I liked watching it because it was just hooping. It was just LA Fitness basically. But
sure. How many games you win in LA Fitness this time?
Several.
Not all of them.
So, again, I just want to say this. Okay, again, people that try to compare like the greatness of LeBron and all this other shit. Can we please stop? Okay.
Yeah. Just appreciate it.
Just appreciate what's going on.
This is my whole thing with that. And it's like I saw somebody the other day. I didn't even read the article because I didn't want to go into it, but they were talking about are LeBron's 4 championships better than Michael's 6? I was like, so are we really asking if 4 is greater than 6 now? That's where we're at in sports media. I'm like, there's no reason to compare this. First of all, LeBron's career is not over. So you don't know what he might end up with. He might end up with 8 for all you know.
Right.
So like then you don't have to even have this. All right. 8 is greater than 6. So I just think it's the sports media has devolved so much. Like it's so low quality at this point in time.
It's the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah. So it's like they just want to rehash the same topics over and over. Is this, is that? It's kind of like Jordan said, right? In several interviews, like one is not even, you can't really truly compare players. He was talking, this was before LeBron. This is like an old interview, but
right.
He was saying you can't truly compare players from the past. He was like, yeah, they were the greatest in their era, and we came and added something to that, but you can't necessarily say you're better because you're adding to something that somebody else created. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you can look at Tesla and say, oh, this is the greatest car ever. It's greater than the Model T for Ford. But the Model T for Ford paved it. There is no Tesla without the Model T. You see what
Model T, yeah.
So they both deserve their respect. Tesla for being innovative, Model T for being one of the first. And that's just what it is. But they just want to take that. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to be better. And at the end of the day, it's going to be subjective. There's going to be people who are going to be like, LeBron's the best, full stop. I don't care about anything else, right? And there's going to be the Jordan folks, and they may both be right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, like LeBron, and especially, and this is another thing Michael said, and again, this is an interview he did before. I don't even know if LeBron was in the league at this time, but they were asking him about people comparing him to like old players. But he was saying like the other thing is they all had to do it in a different way, not necessarily because they, some of it by choice, but a lot of it just by circumstance, where you get drafted, who's on your team, all that kind of stuff. Like, and so his point was like, it's hard to compare players because they all had to do it their own way in their own era in their own. Like, so how do you compare that? You can't really compare.
It boils down to subtleties.
Yeah.
And if you're not paying attention to the subtleties of the difference of just like in our era right now, as far as like if a player gets drafted to Golden State and two great players get drafted to one gets drafted to Golden State, one gets drafted to the Bulls of last year where they've been a shit show. And they're both great players, but this great player in the Bulls, he might not be able to show that he's so great. He might be scoring some points and some shit like that, but they're not winning. But this player over here with Golden State, with the organization they got set up, is set up for greatness, and all of a sudden he just pops and it's just a fucking superstar right off rip. And we're both like, wow, well, why does he just putting up empty buckets and blah blah blah? And it's like, I know are you looking at his situation that he went into, or are you just a blanket statement over everybody and everybody everybody doesn't start at the same level.
What if Tyler Hero goes to the Bobcats instead of the Heat? Right? Is he the same? Like
it makes it different. It makes a difference.
Even not even Tyler Hero, maybe motherfucking Duncan Robinson, because he wouldn't have got a shot on somebody. He wouldn't have had it, and not in Miami.
Jimmy Neutron, baby.
Telling them every time you're open, like, no, you shoot every time you're open because you open up our offense. Maybe I don't tell them to do that.
Yeah. So I mean,
like, feed that confidence into them.
Yeah. Or if Kemba Walker goes to Golden State with Clay and all them boys, and Steph ends up getting drafted to Charlotte where he wanted to go.
That way not born, but
having grown up in Charlotte, he wanted. I think they might have been the Bobcats at that time, but their careers probably turned out a whole lot. Now, I still believe Steph would have been great, would have been a great shooter, would have been a great player.
He wouldn't have been a 3-time champion, though.
But wouldn't have been a 3-time champion. No. Probably wouldn't have got an MVP, because even if he put up big numbers, they would have been like, oh, well, he's on a losing team and all that.
Yeah.
So.
We don't give a shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, as far as players, I look at players in the same way I look at, for instance, like we look at quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, now everybody says Mahomes is the best, but if we go back a little bit, when you had Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Manning, all kind of in their prime-ish at the same time.
Put Phillip Rivers in there too,
and it was a tier thing. It was like if you have any one of these dudes, you got a shot, right? And then you had the next tier, which was like Big Ben and a couple other guys who were really good, but maybe not that top guy. And then you get down to the Alex Smith, who's a game manager, but still a really good player. And so that's how you have to look at it for great players, I think. So is LeBron in that top tier? Absolutely. He's in that tier with Jordan and Kobe and Bird and Magic, and you can name several other great players. And then there's a tier below that, right? There's the Ray Allen tier with, damn, you were good, but you're not all-time type dude, right?
Right.
So that's just what it is. But the sports media we have today is not going to allow that conversation to go that way.
I would say maybe not. I would say there is a lane for that with the sports media, but it's more like it's kind of gone to like where music is, where you stream what you like to stream. If you want to listen to stuff with content and they're about the subtleties and stuff like that, you can find it, but you have to go look at it. But whatever that, anything that's like kind of big, anything that's like kind of big, that's always in your face, it's kind of going to be that repetitive same thing. It is MJ better than LeBron, LeBron better than MJ, Kobe. What about Kobe? Oh, we forgot about King. Oh, what about the Big Chief? Well, it's like, you're talking about shit that you can never fucking put in front of you. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. Just take it as, hey man, when I grew up, like I was thinking about this earlier, like with Michael Jordan, while most in our generation think he's the best and older than us, was like we didn't, for the most part, when we were growing up, we didn't see Jordan's like rough patch. Mm-hmm. Like really, if we saw it, we didn't know how to comprehend it. Mm-hmm. Like we really started knowing how great Jordan was in the 90s, and we all were about 6, 7, 8, where we can actually understand a little bit of the game and like, oh, that motherfucker took off from the free throw line. Nobody else can really do that. Oh, he switched hands in midair. Nobody really else is doing that. That looks different. So we were going to gravitate towards that. Right. But within that time, we started seeing others come up like Shaq and Hakeem and Kobe and Penny and all these others that where you could split off and like, oh, I'm a Shaq guy, or I'm a Kobe guy, or this, that, and the third. All these kids now, like, because right now it's social media driven, all they've really seen for 20 years is LeBron. You saw the last of Kobe's prime till he tore his Achilles and he was out of the league. R.I.P. And then you've seen LeBron literally since his first game scored 25, 8, and 8 for basically 17 years straight. You really never seen no wavering, no drop off, no injuries. That's what's kind of been, even with like Steph and all them that people that love Steph, he's had to deal with injuries. Kawhi's had to deal with injuries. Durant's had to deal with injuries. LeBron's had maybe half a season because he partially tore his groin in his 16th year. So it's like when kids say he's the great, you could kind of see because LeBron's never stopped. He's always been on. He's never wavered. It's always, even when he puts up a shitty 25, 8, and 8, it's still 25, 8, and 8.
How you gonna slice that one? Yeah,
so,
and
go ahead.
It was an interesting ass season.
To say the least.
It feels like 2 seasons, really. But
right
now going into next year is going to be interesting though, because you got the Warriors coming back. The fucking mash Warriors coming back with all the players coming back off injury. We'll see where that goes. And they got what is it, number 2 pick, something like that? Which of course that's getting shipped. They're not picking nobody.
LaMelo, I'm telling you, dog. Okay.
They're not picking LaMelo. They're not. That's not the point where this team is at, where they got time.
Here's the deal. Y'all were big on LeVar. Y'all were big on LeVar.
It's not about LeVar. It's not even about the LaMelo. It's about where the Warriors are at. Like they got Steph.
I would, me personally,
Jamal, what's my name? What's my name? Gasbag Cockstein. Okay, let me gasbag this shit. Let me gasbag it. Okay, because I wasn't wrong about LeVar, whatever.
What do you mean you weren't wrong? You weren't
wrong.
You mean?
What do you mean? Like what?
I
wrong as far as what?
I wasn't wrong as far as like, okay, he at the end of the day, he's gonna fuck his kids up, right? And they're gonna end.
How's he fucked them up though?
They're still in the league making millions, or at least one of them.
He's gonna have 2 kids that go in the top 3.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool.
He talked up.
Remember we were talking about just keeping them alive? That's more than keeping them alive.
He's made them multi-millionaires.
Absolutely, and hats off for him for that. Now he has shut up, obviously, and LaMelo is going to the Golden State, and the reason why is because that's the kind of player that they actually need. If LaMelo goes 1, Golden State trades back, right? They're like, "Fuck it, we don't need it."
No, or trade for a player.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna trade for a player, regardless. But go ahead, finish.
But at the end of the day, if somebody else goes before LaMelo, okay, Golden State is going to take LaMelo at 2. Okay. If all these other the Memphis nigga and all this other, no, they're gonna take him. Minnesota, they have a problem because they got to get rid of Karl Anthony Towns like ASAP.
They already said they're trying to build around him.
They have to get rid of Karl. He's not needed and pigeon-toed as a grown ass man. You ain't got your feet together yet. Oh, that's fine. 20 and 10, but he can't step out and shoot the 3. Keep in mind. Keep in mind.
You're looking at everything he can't do. You gotta look at all the shit he can do.
That's fine, but that has not won a championship.
Who has won a championship?
Outside of the Lakers, before they moved to LA, is the only team that's won the fucking championship in Minnesota. The motherfucking Minnesota even won them.
So it's a Minnesota thing and not a.
It's not Minnesota. My point is, we can't, especially in basketball, you cannot judge players. Yes, you can judge maybe the top guys. Like if you want to say you're the best ever, I'm gonna need you to win a championship. That's just what it is.
What's that about? But you don't build a team around Carl Anthony Towns.
It's so hard to win a championship.
They are though.
It's like 5 teams that ever win, and you have to sprinkle in the Mavs, you sprinkle in somebody here and there, the Heat or something like that.
Okay, first of all, my nigga, don't bring the Mavs up. Don't bring the Mavs up right now. You trying to throw that?
Talking about that's something to be proud of. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. Like my team ain't sprinkling no championship, so I would love to win the championship.
But no, you don't build a team around Carl Anthony Towns. You just don't do it.
They are though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they don't.
That's why they brought. That's why they brought in his best friend, motherfucking D'Angelo Russell. Like them niggas is buddy.
And they won 35 games last year. They're gonna win 34 games this next season.
But but you're diverting off your point as far as the LaMelo thing. Like let's get back to that
again. If LaMelo does not go if LaMelo goes 1, Golden State trades back. If LaMelo does not go 1, he's going 2. I promise you, dude. He's a distributor. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He can
make Steph play off the ball, which he's better at.
Steph's playing off the ball. Clay's playing off the ball. Draymond Green, he gonna hustle. He's the distributor. I'm telling you. If Golden State gets LaMelo, it's a wrap, dog. I ain't saying they winning the championship, but what I am saying is, motherfucker gonna have to watch out because LaMelo gonna average by 12 assists a game, dog. Period. I'm telling you, this is some gas bag Cockstein shit. But like I said, I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. They can play.
Maybe so. Look, if the only thing is, look, every year there's 2 or 3 rookies who come in and they can right away. I'm good. I can
Tyler
play.
Hero.
Yeah,
Adrian Griffin, baby.
Or even what's the kid in Utah when he first came in? The guard.
Gordon Hayward.
No, the guy who's
Deron Williams.
No. Spider.
Yeah, you know him, the guy who's there now.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell came in right away, leader of the team. Boom, we good. But that's like literally 2 or 3 rookies a year. So if LaMelo is one of them dudes, then it makes some sense, right? He can fit what they do. But the problem with the Warriors is they got about another 3 years, of contending before we're gonna have to think about some things. So for them, for that specific team, if they look at LaMelo and think, okay, he's ready right now, we think he can come in and contribute,
plug and play.
Yeah, plug and play. But if they look at him and think, all right, good player, but it might be a few years, which is fine. That happens in the NBA all the time. But we're gonna need somebody who can play right now. And I think they're gonna try to trade that.
I think he can play right now because for the last 2.5 years he's been playing with grown ass men. I'm not saying the talent has been up there, but he's been getting he's felt grown man strength on the floor, and I think he's gonna be able to play right away. He's gonna be able to play. I don't think as far as how he plays and the style of play that the NBA is, I think he is a plug and play. Me personally, I'm not going all the way gas bagging like he, but I think he's a plug and play where I wouldn't be shocked if he averages 10, 9, and 6 type shit. And
that's
point guard.
That is great for a rookie when you got Stephen Curry and fucking Klay Thompson on your goddamn team.
And they're not asking you to score. It's not the same thing as Melo when he came with the Lakers. They were asking him to score and distribute. With Golden State, they're just going to be asking him to distribute and be a point
and be able to take that shot.
Yeah, and we all know he got cojones. He's not moment. He's been in the spotlight since he was 15. So
there you go. I'm telling you.
I think that was part of the master plan with LeVar. I'm a put you in the shits early. So whenever you get to the motherfucking league, you're used to motherfuckers criticizing you and shit like that. Man, that was one of the things was people Melo was nigga, he's 16. He can't dunk. Nigga, he's 16. They said the next time highlight tape of this nigga, he went from 6'2" to motherfucking 6'7", and mashing on everybody. It's like, yeah, you.
And then he bought the team he played for.
So like I said, man, I'm not too quick to say though. I get what you're saying. That's the logical fucking step because Golden State's in the win now mode, obviously. But I wouldn't be shocked if they kept if LaMelo falls to him and they take him. I think they're gonna roll with him, like, and then he can be a part of the transition to when these motherfuckers start phasing out. We still got this. We got this host because the motherfucker was 19. So he's gonna be in the league. Gonna be in the league for another 15 years.
How does the motherfucker phase out at 31? Steph Curry is barely 30. You know what I'm saying? Nigga phased out.
I'm just saying because they're always gonna be able to shoot.
But you gotta think LaMelo not gonna hit his prime for about 5 years. He may be good, but cats don't hit their prime till 23, 24, something like that.
Yeah, so. That's why when like back in the day when and I say back in the day like it was a long fucking time ago, but when fucking Oklahoma City with Durant, Harden, and Westbrook, and they all hit their prime basically at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
It was like, it's 23. Shit.
But that's a good point you make about him playing professionally, even though it's not the NBA. It's a difference, right? It's a difference, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for instance, it's a difference in cats who say you went to the Army and then you went to college. You're not the same as the motherfuckers who in college. Like, even if you're the same age, just about as them, like, you done seen more shit. Or even if you just worked a regular job, you know, it's not the same. There's a different level of maturity when you got to be accountable on a professional, like, this is how I make money level.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I'll accept that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we're gonna do. We're an hour and 26 minutes in. We're gonna do quick hitches.
That's fine. That's fine, man. We ain't talked in almost a month.
It's been 2 weeks, Simon. What the fuck, dude?
It's been longer than 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. I was waiting on him. Look at his face. Look at his face. He poured ginger ale in a fucking coffee mug.
Yeah, he needs his caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
But
because he has a long night ahead of him.
Yeah, that motherfucker ain't waking up till like say 7 o'clock in the going to sleep at 7 o'clock in the morning. All right, so NFL. A quick hitch on this question, okay? Do you think the NFL season is going to continue? Here's the reason why I asked that question. Panthers. You just going with yes, right?
Yes.
So
they're money hungry. Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, and that's always the thing. That always is the thing. But like I said, you got the Patriots, Titans had issues. We got issues. The Raiders got issues now. Other teams have COVID issues and shit like that. And the good thing is, I've noticed, obviously, that, they're like, fuck it. Okay, if you're not going to play this game, you're playing on Tuesday. You do know that, right? Or you're playing on Monday, depending on how the shit going to go.
This season's all about you got to be quick on your feet. You never know what's around the corner. It's bullshit. Yes. It's bad that, the Patriots only had 2 practices in 2 weeks leading up to this past game.
Why they got drove.
You wonder why they look sloppy out there. But on the flip side, Tennessee only had 2 practices going to playing the Bills and then playing this game. They finally had a 4. But going into that Bills game, they only had 1 practice and a walkthrough, and they beat the shit out of the Bills. So it's whoever adjusts the best. So it's all about adjustments this year, and I mean on and off the field. Are you going to take care of? We say take care of your business, but COVID don't give a fuck if you are taking care of your business. They'll still get up in your business. So it's all. I mean, it's just about adjustments. That's why they expanded the roster. why you can make, the IR is only 3 weeks and you can come back, and all the other nuance shit that nobody really get. If you're not really a fan of the sport, that you don't really give a fuck about. But that's why they try to put those fail safes in there, but they still don't fucking know. So, but they're gonna get their games in because the owners want that. They want that TV money.
Okay, Mile.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, for them not to finish it, it would have to be like something catastrophic, because before we even started the season, they already had said, like, we know there's going to be cases, we know there's going to be, some games that get postponed, maybe even canceled, but look, and I'm kind of reaching a different phase in where I'm at with this whole COVID thing of, all right, look, we can't put the world on. How long, right? Because
how long can we put the world on hold?
Yeah, because when you really look at it, right, cutting through the bullshit of, 18 months and all this, like, if you read the real shit, pandemics and you don't even have to read nothing. Just look at the shit that's happened with past pandemics, SARS and MERS and all the other crazy bullshit that's happened in different places in the world. It's always been like a 3, 4, 5 year thing, right? And you can't ask a business to take that long off. You just can't. Because, I mean, you can ask them to do it, but they're going to go out of business. Don't think the NFL can't go away. Don't think the NBA can't go away. Like, I think there's a thought process that because these are owned by billionaires that, they'll be fine. And,
they got unlimited money.
Yeah. And in a sense they do, but that doesn't mean they want to lose all their money on their basketball team or their football team.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Freeze him. You gotta freeze. Ain't nobody can.
You know what I'm saying? So
thank you. I boost LP.
Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so at a certain point But yeah, at a certain point, you gotta try to do the best you can, try to keep people as safe as you can. But it's not just for the NFL. I mean, look, yes, it's mainly because these billionaires don't want to lose money. Let's not sugarcoat that. Yeah. But at the same time, there's non-billionaires who work at the stadium, who do security, who do all kinds of stuff, in and around these leagues. These leagues are little ecosystems and economies in themselves, right? There's a lot of jobs that if you don't have a pro team, they just don't exist in your city, So, at a certain point, we're all going to have to kind of decide what we want to do and what we don't want to do. Are you not going to travel forever? Are you not going to go to sports games forever? Are you not going to go to the movies forever? Are you not going to go to comedy shows forever? Like, at a certain point, you got to kind of weigh the risk and reward.
I'm about to say it's going to be a calculated risk.
Yeah,
and I'm glad to hear you say that. And the reason why I'm glad to hear you say that, because we're talking about football, but I'm glad because, like, that's the thing, right? Like, we talked about it 2 episodes ago. I'm like, hey, have we given up on the whole COVID thing? Like, it is not necessarily giving up on it, but it's just like, it does. Eventually, you have to get back to a certain point, right? And it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, there's an equilibrium because we have to live just as human beings. We are built to be social. We're not built to isolate from each other. We're built to be social.
Well, we can be social still, even in a virtual world, right? But
that's not the. It's not, right now. Even us doing this like this, it's not the same as when we're in the studio together, laughing and joking.
Us. Because that is us.
Yes and no. Yes, that's us, but that's people in general. When we're around some people, and not saying we're different, but sometimes, like, y'all can bring out something in me that I normally wouldn't do around somebody else, or if I'm by myself. Just because that we got going back and forth, the vibe is good, and we're having a whole bunch of, and like right now, it's still that we know there's a physical distance from us. So some just need that energy in the room. We feed off of each other. I think it makes the cast such a good thing because we can bounce off each other. There's certain looks that we can give each other. There's certain indications, something subtle we have to be in the room together to get that we can't do virtually.
Yeah, true. And again, what I mean by us, I don't mean just us three. I mean by like our generation, right? Like our generation, like especially with Jamile, your kids, you know what I'm saying? And especially with that is we're getting to that point where you don't need to be around motherfuckers, right? You can do everything that you can do at home without having to be around a motherfucker. Like you want to talk about like playing video games and headsets on again. My son plays video like Call of Duty, and I don't know who these. I know their names. Okay, I know what their call
Never
signs
seen
are.
their faces.
Never seen their face. Some of them he said he went to school. Hey, Dad, do you remember this?
No.
But them his partners. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about what I was saying about some other shit, but it goes back to like how
but that's still I get what you said, but that's still impersonal. It's not personal, even though he might know them.
That's for
from
us. That's for
no,
us.
I'm talking about in human nature in general. I get what you're saying that everything virtual and you just because it's virtual friends, like he still doesn't know that motherfucker because I've never really seen your face outside. If that was my friend and I know him, or I would go to school with him and we get on the game at 4:30 in the afternoon every day and we play the game. Yeah, I know you then, but this motherfucker might be in India. I don't know you. I know you, but I do not know you. Like if we walked into the same store, I would just walk past you.
That's their social.
Yeah, I mean, I get the point you're making is that for them.
But I think we both got a point.
Yeah, but for me, it's like I think about like the cats who I used to play video games with, who I'm still friends with when I was a kid or whatever. But it's a different level of thing, like when they mama cook for you and
right.
You have dinner with their family and you kind of become a little part of their family, extended family or whatever. That's a different level of let me just hop on. Fucking Killer 169 is on. Let me
yeah. Let me go out let this nigga right quick.
But
it's a different dynamic, man. It is a complete different dynamic.
And we see, but that's the thing about our generation. We're seeing the transition, like what Jamal was saying, and then what you're talking about with your kids. Like we're literally in the middle. Like, damn, I remember when we used to do that, and now you're doing that, and I get that, but it's still not the same as that because, like I said, you're with Jamal. You're basically extended family. Like I'm at your house eating dinner, this, that. We having game nights and all this kind of crazy shit. And over here, like, yeah, soon if my Wi-Fi go out, like, yeah, man, I don't know what's up with that nigga no more.
So I mean, what was crazy though, like I bought 2K, right? Another video game I bought thinking I would have time to play it, but whatever. All right. I try to play it. So they had this little park. First of all, it takes like an hour to even get started because they gotta like do updates and all this kind of crazy shit. So that pisses me off. If I buy a fucking physical disc, I want to put it in and start playing. I don't want to have to download nothing.
No.
Exactly. So, okay, that was the first thing, but whatever.
Crazy.
So we're not getting there. There's like a little a neighborhood part of it, right? And so in the neighborhood section, you go in and there's like a black
It's
top.
real out there.
Yeah, it's a black top. But I'm thinking, at first I was thinking, I just go on the black top and grab a ball and start messing around. No. This is like an actual fucking park where these are actual other people playing on their own PlayStations, and you have to go and sit on the side, wait to get picked up. Then you get picked up and you play on some pickup team with dudes you don't know.
Tell me more.
And I was like,
I've seen it all.
Word?
I've seen it all. Oh yeah, nigga, to a point where it's almost like they trying to make the motherfuckers not go outside.
Yeah.
Because that's what we used to. We did that in real life. Like, yeah, you got your five type shit. We all did that.
Yeah. So I mean, and I kind of I hope kids don't get too far down that road because it's
did you
on the one hand, like LP saying you can do all the same shit, but on the other hand, it's lonely. You know what I'm saying? You're together but still lonely.
Hey, did you see Ninja, the video game guru, sign that $1 million contract?
No.
Oh, yeah, they're going down that warm road.
The video game guru named Ninja, he signed like $1 million contract or something like that.
I thought it was more than that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Oops, I'm wrong. And yeah, no, that's the wave of the future, dude. The school that my kid goes to has an esports team. Badminton, basketball, volleyball, football, baseball, esports.
But it's $1 billion industry, so people are always trying to tap into that.
But I'm just saying.
So what are esports though? Is it just like video games?
All video game.
But it's sports though.
No.
Role playing. It's role playing. It's motherfucker. They brought back Tetris.
Oh damn!
I saw a Tetris fucking competition on. It probably was ESPN News or some shit like that. Dude won. I'm talking about old school 1994 Nintendo Tetris won like 60 grand. Grand prize was 60. I want to say.
What's interesting
on
is
Tetris,
kids will watch other people play games. Like I saw my nephew watching somebody else. They were on YouTube watching somebody else play some fucking game. I was like, don't you just want to play the game yourself? Like now I get like going on to see how to do like a certain move or a little combination or something like that.
No,
they're just the game.
Hey, you worried about sleep. It ain't getting no better, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You worried about
I asked that question about a couple of my nephews and shit like that like 4 years ago. I was like, y'all just sit there and just watch them play? And it was like, yeah. I was like, does that teach y'all how to play? Like, are y'all learning? No, we just want to see how they play. I was like,
they ain't even paying attention to the moves, dog. They're not even paying
attention. I was just like, so what is the point? Oh man, it's just cool to watch them play. I was like, this is not educational or anything to y'all. No, I was like, okay, yeah, this shit has been. That's when I was like, yeah, I'm probably don't need to get back on gaming because that shit don't make sense to me. If I'm watching somebody else play, I'm watching to steal their moves.
Yeah.
Or to do or he knows something I don't know, and I need to incorporate that into. I'm stealing or something. I'm doing something. I'm gaining something off of this fucking watch.
Yeah, because
I'm not just watching.
2000s, you could get. Yeah, even in the early 2000s, you could go online and find a video of like if you're playing Madden. Oh, okay. What's a good blitz to run? You know, how do you?
Oh, it's throwing brave, baby.
How do you do that? And there will be some little nerd on there who will show you how to do it. But then these cats just
couldn't beat me with that old LP.
Maybe it was like back in 1900 when cats went from just playing basketball or football to now it's like on TV or the radio. And maybe the old dudes at that time were like, so you're not playing basketball, you're not just watching it. Maybe that's the same thing. Maybe.
Maybe.
Trying to learn how to do their moves. No, I just want to see the game. 25, 8, and 8.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, no, I gotta talk about baseball. Y'all motherfuckers always come out. We talking sports. It's fucking World Series. I want to talk about baseball. You can't let me not talk about baseball because baseball is here. We're all talking. well, not everybody's talking about. Y'all fuckers here. It's fucking, what is the score? I think it was 6-3 when I just checked it out. Yeah, 6-3 Tampa Bay. It's going to be a long series, man. It should go